I'm ready to fully commit to a flip. Hey guys, Leia here. I've used many flips in the past, from the very first Samsung Z Flip to the newest one right here, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip6. For the longest time, flip phones have been my after-work phone, my weekend phone, my fun phone. But as much as I enjoy the form factor, there were key issues that kept me from going all in. But now that these issues have been addressed, I'm ready to fully commit. Let's talk about these concerns one by one, beginning with the battery life. Because for the longest time, lagi ako nabibitin sa battery ng flip phones. So, I know it's gotten better with each iteration, pahaba siya ng pahaba, patagal siya ng patagal. But still, it never seems to be enough until the Z Flip6. You see, on busy days, with a screen on time of about 7 hours, and with mobile data and Bluetooth on almost the whole time, the battery of the Z Flip6, which is 4000 mAh, by the way, lasts me about 15 hours on a single charge. But on chiller days, when the screen on time is about 5 hours, tumatagal siya sa akin ng one whole day with a bit more left for the next day. And that's unheard of for a flip phone, and I'm just really impressed by it. Second is a much improved camera. You see, before this, I used an S23, the base unit, because I find that it's a good balance between size and camera performance. I'm not exactly a fan of big phones just because I have small hands, so I have a hard time using them. But what kept me from going all in sa mga previous flip devices is really the fact that I find that the cameras weren't there yet, but that's not the case with the Z Flip6. The 50-megapixel main camera of the Z Flip6 is a big plus because finally I feel that the photo and video quality are comparable to the base models of Samsung flagships like the S23 and S24, which I tend to pick over the Ultras anyway. Small girl problems. Here are some shots that I took with the Z Flip6, and I'm pretty happy with them. They're clear, they're crisp, and I really enjoyed taking photos with it during our recent trip to Paris. Even the portraits look really natural, and the low light shots are pretty good too. For video, you can shoot up to 4K 60, and the stabilization, I must say, works really well. If there's one thing I wish it had, and I would say it would make it a perfect phone, is a telephoto lens. But then again, reserved naman talaga yon for the Ultras. Plus, I guess it'll look weird to have like a third camera there. Might look too much for this tiny little thing. Third is the form factor. I think that's the main reason people choose to buy flips anyway. Diba? It's small until you open it up and you get a full phone. And of course, if you want to take photos, I mean, all of us do, I think, there are many different ways, many different angles, so you can get really creative with it. And you don't need somebody to take your picture for you. We can't really talk about a flip without bringing up the hinge. So this is something that a lot of non-flip users ask me about. And I have to say that this one feels pretty sturdy. I've been using the phone for over a month now, no issues. And yes, it holds all angles, I'd say, much like the previous flips. I do have to say though that this flip makes a slight sound when you open it up. Here. I'm not sure if the mic is picking it up. Let's try it again. Ayun, it's something that I've never encountered in previous flips that I've used. I think it's that layer, that additional protection that Samsung put on this particular model, and it's supposed to help, I guess, prevent the crease from being more pronounced over time, but it doesn't affect performance. I just thought you guys should know. Fourth is the amazing display, but it's a Samsung, so I guess it's a given. This one has a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED panel, and the cover screen is 3.4 inches, also a Super AMOLED panel. To be honest, I use the display primarily to help frame my shots using the rear cameras because why take photos using a front camera if you're using a flip, right? But it does so much more than that. I also use it for quick access to info like my calendar, the weather, my steps, the many alarms that I have because yes, I'm that kind of person. And I even added some of my most used apps using Good Lock. Is this something that you guys are familiar with? I can teach you, just let me know. Basta, it's very helpful in helping me prioritize things. Dati kasi I find it annoying that there's only so much you can do, so much you can see with that teeny tiny screen. But now that it's so much bigger, ang dami mo nang pwedeng gawin with your phone remained closed. So you just open it up only when absolutely necessary. Lastly, this is a small but powerful device. It runs on a Qualcomm Snapdragon Gen 3 processor with up to 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage, but of course there's also the 8 plus 256 gigs option. What can I say? It works exactly as a flagship device should. As a bonus, the Z Flip6 is the first of its line to have a vapor cooling chamber. So, ang init na lang talaga ulo natin para yung mga phone natin, yung mga flip natin, hindi siya mag-overheat. So yes, all of my concerns with the previous flips have been addressed. Longer battery life, improved cameras, I've always loved the form factor, I've always loved the display, and it's as powerful as ever. May bonus cooling pa. So when I said that I'm fully committed to a flip, I'm fully committed to this flip. You see, this is a review unit. Ito yung pinahiram ni Samsung. And this is my own unit. It's unopened pa, see? Sealed pa siya. Nabudol ko ang sarili ko, friends. No regrets. Of course, you can't talk about the latest flip without bringing up Galaxy AI, which I think is the cherry on top. There are new features like Portrait Studio, which turns you into a Pixar character or something that looks like one. And there's also Sketch to Image, which is perfect for people who are artistically challenged like myself. They're so much fun to use. My most used features to this day are Circle to Search and Object Eraser. I personally call it the People Be Gone feature because when you're traveling and you're in a tourist hotspot, it's inevitable na marami kang kasamang ibang turista, diba? I mean, that's certainly the case when we were in Paris. So instead of waking up at 7 a.m. to get that perfect shot, I just erased everybody using Galaxy AI. And it worked out really well. It looked like the spot was all ours. Actually, when traveling, I find Live Translate quite helpful. You can use the cover screen so it feels like you're having an actual conversation with a person who speaks a totally different language. I know that some of these features aren't really exclusive to Samsung, but I'm just saying that it's great that I have access to it on my Samsung device. So there, I just shared my experience using the Flip for more than a month now, and yes, I am fully committed to this Flip. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments, and if you want to share your own experience using your own flips, I'd love to hear from you as well. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like it or find it helpful in any way, give it a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and follow Unbox on other social platforms. We are everywhere. Again, my name is Leia. I'll see you in the next one.